Deepak,
Hi, hello.
how can I help you, my friend?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
Hi, yeah. So I've seen a couple of your Instagram videos and stuff. So let me give you a little background. I've got a portfolio already, and so they're all buy to let, but obviously about to purchase here, put down deposits and stuff going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen all your ones that rent and all those. So I'm based over in London. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
healthcare professional as a background.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to, yeah, I wanted to see if I can go, spread my wings and kick off with all the go into all the rent to rent and see how we can go around and develop that and build a portfolio on that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, it sounds like you're working full time at the moment, yeah?
Yeah, so I have like a 9 to 4 job where I work in, like I said, because I work as a healthcare professional, so I have my normal day-to-day job as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got obviously all the properties and stuff on behind me as well. So yeah, I've got that portfolio.
So you're doing pretty good then.
Yeah, I just thought I can kind of like spread my wings a bit, and I thought, you know what? Because I know a couple of the places I've got in London, there are people who are asking to have my house, one of
Mm-hmm.
my houses, and further same with my parents and my brother's houses as well, properties, and they're asking if they can take over, and in that sense, that form that rent to rent, and I can see that they're desperate to take the job, the houses on.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've got a couple of the houses that we know of, some of the family friends
Mm-hmm.
who are willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually just moved to another area. But my previous house, the neighbor 2 doors down, he's got his house on rent, the next
Mm-hmm.
door neighbor, and he's asking me to take over.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this might be a good opportunity for me to
Absolutely.
take
Do,
over and,
do it
and
yourself.
do it myself. Yeah. And I said to him, look, he's an elderly chap. He's in his 70s. He doesn't want to have any more hassle.
Mm-hmm.
So I said that might be a good opportunity to give you a kick off and take
Yeah.
it from there.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect
But,
sense. I
but,
mean,
but I think for me is obviously I've got properties over in like Luton and Milton Keynes,
mm-hmm.
but I know up north there's a lot more cheaper properties and stuff. So I think I need to get into how can I, with like a deposit of maybe I don't know, we say 10K. What can I get and what
Mm-hmm.
do I need to get involved in and stuff? Because I can swing at hours. I can do things in between my working patterns as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty flexible as well. So and then if it means going forward, and because I know even if you get like £200-300 a month, you multiply that by 10 12 properties, that's almost a 3K
Mm-hmm.
what I like to do. But yeah, I've got a lot of construction, a lot of building behind me. I've literally demolished my previous house and rebuilt it, so
Mm-hmm.
I know the ins and outs with that. I've never dealt with HMOs. I've got a couple of friends who have got HMOs
Mm-hmm.
over in Kent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think I want to try and give it a kick off with one of the houses that might be coming along for my ex neighbor, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, the elderly chap. But going forward, I mean, do you have a set places where you say, look, if you invest in something like this is what you're going to get return, or what can you offer, Luke? I mean, I don't know.
Well, on
It's-
average, most of our average sort of HMO rent to rents, they're normally 2 months up front is what we normally pay to landlords.
yeah. So,
Sometimes
yeah.
sometimes we
So
can
I
negotiate like a
yeah.
rent-free period
Okay.
where we don't pay a deposit. We just get like a few weeks grace period in between where we
Yeah.
go in and
Yeah.
prepare the property, sometimes give it like a cosmetic refurbishment,
Wrap up. Yeah.
and then obviously rent it out for a premium price. But I mean, on average, most of our deals cost anywhere from sort of 5 to 6 grand to get started, depending on where you are in the country. Obviously, all of mine are down in Wales, so it's quite cheap down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Similar
So
to the
I
up
knew a
north
couple of
properties.
staff members. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So yeah, 5 6 grand. So if I had something like that in place,
mhm.
um, how would you be able to support me, and what can you offer? And then obviously, I'm sure you're gonna have your fees as well. Or uh, I want it to be pretty much straight up and yeah, give it a kick, and then I can get something going.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, we have a program where we teach people how to do it, how to find properties, how to structure the deals, how to market. how to sell it to landlords. You know, we teach people from start to finish how to build their business out.
Yeah.
We don't source rent to rents for people.
Okay.
That's not what we do. We just teach people how to run their business and set their
Teach you how to
business up
run.
properly. We guarantee people 1 to 3 within 6 months of working with us.
Sure. And then okay. So in terms of trying to find landlords, so you use you use specific websites, or you using mainly estate agents, or you go direct? I mean, how do you search for?
All of the above, really. Like
Mhm.
main websites, you know, I've got deals from Rightmove before. I've also
Mhm.
got deals from Open Rent. I've been having some joy with Gumtree at the moment. It's all in the wording and how you say it. But ultimately,
Yeah.
you know, ultimately you're trying to speak to as many people as possible, put out as much volume as possible, and then you start to narrow down. A lot of people are going to not be open to it. Some people will be open to it and they'll be open to
Yeah.
having a conversation. And then on the conversation, that's where you show the value in your service and communicate it to them. You know, with things like the rental right bill coming in, there's quite a lot of landlords that are a bit apprehensive about renting to normal traditional tenants because of the amount of time it can take to get them out if they're not paying rent.
Yeah.
A company let can be a lot more appealing to that type of landlord. It is typically normally landlords who have more than one property normally that we target,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
do find the
Absolutely.
ones who have just one, they can be sometimes more of a scarcity thinker. You know, they're trying to get every
Yeah.
pound out of the asset
Absolutely. Trying to rip
rather than
everything out. Yeah.
appreciating the time element of it, you know.
Hmm.
So it definitely is
Okay.
more of a wealthier landlord that we target, normally sort of 50s, 60s, around that sort of age group. And quite often, especially with the HMOs, they've just become tired of managing them themselves for 20, 30 years. They've normally got 3 or 4 of them. They're quite wealthy at that stage in life, and they're just looking for someone to come in and with a bit more energy, to manage and deal with the day-to-day runnings of it, you know?
Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay. I'll. So this 6 months course that you got.
Hmm.
Okay, because I'm currently doing another course, which is with oh, well, I've done it already, the Botoxing and stuff, and all the extras.
Hmm.
And there's another one I need to kind of do.
Cool. You're
Okay,
spinning a
so
lot of plates there.
I bounce around everywhere. To be honest, I work for surgeries, I work for care home, and I work for a pharmacy as well.
Okay,
I work
that's
for three
tough.
different surgeries. Yeah, and I've got a bit of Botoxing on the side going as well. So I've got my wings open everywhere, and I've got
Yeah.
a prescriber as well. So I'm prescribing a lot of things, and especially in the city, the private, I've got a lot of private sector going in in Tottenham Court Road.
Hmm.
So I was going to work for a walking centre there.
Hmm.
Now I've got a lot of friends and family in the profession already, as in.
Hmm.
I've got mortgage brokers and like we all do anyway. But I've
Yeah.
got some that are really fast and really wrap it up quick
Yeah.
as well. So, yeah, okay. It just gives me an insight, so at least I know
Yeah.
and sense
Yeah.
to look forward to going forward.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll complete my bits. Once I've done with my bits, then I'll be in touch.
Yeah. No
Okay.
problem. You'll get an
I've got
email.
I've seen your stuff that you put up anyway, and I know there is potential. I think I just need to just wrap it up and then just
Yeah,
go on.
because I don't want to kid you into thinking it's going to be an overnight thing. You know, we do need to put.
No, no, no. Yeah,
It
yeah,
normally
indeed,
takes
definitely.
it normally takes a couple months to download the information and really soak it in, and then you've got to start implementing it and actually practicing it as well. And that can
Mm,
take another couple months of some rejection and building that network of agents and landlords and tapping into your immediate network as well. And then it's a case of offering and communicating it properly, you know, on a consistent basis. So that's why I say
yeah,
6 months. We do have people that normally sometimes do it quicker than that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you know, I like to manage people's expectations, you know, and it took me 6 months from novice to becoming my first few rent to rent properties. So I think it's realistic time frame to manage people's expectations. But
Oh, absolutely.
you'll get an email after this. It will tell you the price point. It will tell you if you wanted to book another call in, there'll be an option for you to book a call in the future. If you wanted to jump on a call again and have some questions, and it will tell you if you wanted to join, there'll be a link for you to join at any point. So in the future, you could just join straight from that email, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. I've already got a limited company anyway for
Yeah.
properties, which is
Yeah.
already on the board with that.
Is that a
But
management company though?
Well, all my properties, always I've bought them all, purchased them all on a limited company. I've got a
Yeah,
few that I purchased before, obviously back a while ago.
yeah,
That so I was, sole trader, but it's just for tax purposes.
yeah, yeah.
Otherwise,
Of
it was,
course, of
yeah,
course. It's just sometimes we may need to change the nature of business within those companies. Maybe they're holding companies. It sounds like, and with property, with rent to rent, sorry, you're going to be sort of doing management and lettings, which is a little bit of a different SIC code, but you can easily speak to Companies House and adjust those. But it might be best to just have a separate entity altogether and just have a
yeah,
property management company separate to the ones that you own,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just to
No, that
manage the
sounds good.
liability.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Okay, no, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Um, Luke, and yeah, I'll be in touch. Once I've completed my course, I've got a bit to wrap up. I'll try and wrap it up a bit more faster than anticipated. Then maybe I can jump on this
Yeah.
as soon as.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as you're ready, we can get you on, like even if you want to have another call or just drop us an email when you're ready.
Yeah,
And we'll get you on and we'll get you straight in the group and we'll start doing the work, because as I said before, I have worked with people like yourself in similar professions and they've turned out to do really well from it. So I think, you've already got some contacts there, people that sounds like they're going to want to offload those properties onto you at some point or someone who knows what they're doing in that exact
yeah, yeah, yeah.
space. So it'd be a shame to turn down those opportunities if they're there. So yeah, I'd love to
Yeah.
help you. I'd love to help you, mate. Just when you're ready, I'm here.
Wicked. That sounds good.
No problem,
Thanks,
Deepak. All
Luke.
right, mate. Well, you have
All
a
right
good
then.
day.
Yeah, I've got you. All right, take care. Have a
Speak
good
to you
weekend.
soon. Cheers, dude.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, bye.
Bye.